Let's get back to it. Today I'm going to talk about the stock market crash that was crazy yesterday. Better. And so, my stocks definitely took a beating. I'm with E Trade, and I checked them out sometime yesterday, and everything was down except my Pfizer stock. That was actually up yesterday. Because right now I got Nvidia, Disney, Netflix, Nike, Pfizer, Apple, and Comcast. Uh, for right now, through E Trade, and everything was down yesterday except the Pfizer. That was up a little bit, and I was trying to figure out what happened, what went wrong. But then I started looking at all of these news articles, and yeah, it was the biggest crash on Walmart and Wall Street, sorry, in a while, you know. And Walmart stocks probably went down as well. I can check that out. But yeah, it was I definitely lost some money. Over $200 so far. Not too big of a loss, but it's definitely down. And now we're just trying to wait and see what's going to happen next and what even triggered it. I looked around at a couple of articles. I didn't sell any stock. I'm still keeping mine, sitting on it in hopes that things go back up. It's a whole up and down cycle when it comes to this market. And they saying $6.5 trillion was lost in the global market as of this morning. And yeah, it's the worst day in 2 years on Wall Street, they said. And you got inflation going on. They're saying some of the possible causes, of course, the war that's being fought, unemployment, fears of a recession. I'm gonna get to that. All coming in at once, just cause a lot of people to just try and start selling shares, and then that just caused this big, enormous drop in terms of how many points things had dropped. The Dow Jones and the S&P 500, everything took a hit. The Dow Jones fell more than 1,000 points. And they say that only happens when people are really worried about the economy and the future and what's going on, what may happen. That's when this happens and we get this type of massive drop off. And so I think everybody really needs to keep what's going on. I'm definitely keeping an eye on my stocks. What I have in E Trade, and I got a couple of more outside of that. I didn't check on those just yet, but yeah, it's definitely not a happy time for the market. 401ks, those operate off of the stock market, and so check your retirement funds and see what how much money you may have lost as well. You got to keep all of those things in mind and just going forward, and you know what you want to do with your money, where you want to place it, just so you have something saved. Yeah, because this is crazy. Uh, what's happened in the last 24 hours? And I try and keep up with my stocks and the market, seeing if things are going up and down. Definitely don't want to just be caught in the dark and just check my brokerage account one day and then everything is just I've lost so much. Maybe I'm not paying attention or I didn't move things around as I should have. So yeah, everybody keep an eye on your stocks. And then this happened this month, and they said August has a reputation for being a crazy month when it comes to the markets. And a lot of people they say, they're on vacation right now, so it's not a lot of many people trading, and so prices can go either way. And then also, Japan they had their market crash as well, so they took a hit over there, affecting a lot. And then also Warren Buffett made a statement. He cut his share in Apple, and he sold off more shares of Bank of America. And that also probably they saying contributed to this. And then they also said for most of this year, investors have gone back and forth between economic growth and saying it wasn't getting better. You look at the Fed and When is the interest rate going to come, the cut, when they're going to come down on them, or how long they're just going to sit where they are as people feel the pain at the gas pump and the grocery stores. And so, this is all snowballing into what we have now with the stock market losing so many points and everyone's stocks being down. And they're saying the economy isn't in a free fall just yet, but it's definitely some issues there. And they're looking at what happened back in March 2020, as well as uh, 2008, when we had the economic issues there and people having a hard time finding work. And they're saying this time it's not a big bank or a hedge fund that's gotten into trouble. They're saying it seems to be from just people, investors doing similar types of trades, borrowing in Japan and investing in U.S. stocks all at the same time. So everything just, blew up, for lack of a better word. So they say more than $1 trillion was erased. Seven from the seven largest United States company on Monday alone. Crypto, which is a proxy for investors, uh, that fell as well. And they said they haven't seen crypto that low since the winter. And they said these can have an effect that'll play out for several weeks to come, if not months, as banks and hedge funds try and figure out how much money they really have, how financially secure they really are with everything that's going on. So much money that's been lost. And then now with the stock market crash, more people are thinking recession. Some say we're already in one. They just haven't officially announced it. So, that's been the whole elephant in the room as well in terms of, is it, you know, are we in one, or what's the holdup? So officially announce that would probably really send the market down. There may be another reason why they don't necessarily officially say, "Hey, it's a recession now." Everybody still kind of say, "Well, not the best, but we're not in recession territory just yet." But others may beg to differ. It's probably still something that we're not being told with what's going on behind the scenes, because but everything's going to come out this year. It'll all be revealed. They can't keep hiding stuff. People want questions. They got questions. They want answers. And so it's definitely not far fetched for people to be thinking recession and that the economy is slowing down. So I want to take a look at this, checking out Market Watch, and they're saying the number one move to see what this says for you all, and it's saying the natural thing is to delever. They say pay off any debts and build your cash. Maybe easier said than done for others. That we end up in a recession in 2024 or in 2025, the odds of job losses happening go up a lot more. Companies can't afford to pay employees. And so you want to make sure your emergency cash, your reserves, everything, you have at least up to 6 months. You know, Not to get anybody worried out there, but that's what Market Watch is saying. You should have saved up. Makes sense. If you living with somebody and there's double incomes, hey, that's even better. But yeah, save your money right now. We really still don't know what's coming. Pay off any debts, and then just start saving as much as you can, starting today. Like I said, they're not telling us everything, but people just really need to be prepared with the stocks, everything. Maybe if you feel you need to sell some shares and put money into something else, and then keep some shares as well. Be careful about vacations or whatever you're buying. It's not necessary. You may want to cut down and have a plan for this year. Of course, when the holidays come, you want to be careful around that because you don't want to lose so much money going into 2025 or what may happen before this year is out. definitely giving some good advice here. If you're scared about session, uh, what's going to be happening with your job, or if you work for yourself, how your customers are going to be, you know, all around. If people can't afford to shop with you as much as they used to, because everybody's pinching pennies, trying to make sure we got cash over here, so that way you don't stress out. Because it's definitely something that can make people freak out and make the wrong decisions because you just don't know what's happening, what's coming next. You see different signs, and then you look to the history, the past, and see, hey, what can we learn from that? And we just got to be a lot smarter with our money right now in the United States. Everybody just really need to take a look back and just see where you're at, because you don't want to get caught out here if this thing gets worse, and it might get worse. People are scared. No rate cuts from the Fed, and so it's just people are in survival mode. Is what I like to call third trading day, uh, leading up to yesterday, and so the S&P it went down 160 points on Monday, and they said that's the biggest drop in nearly 2 years with the S&P. Standards and Poor's, uh, Nasdaq went down 3.4%. Investors sold some shares, and then Apple went down 4.8%. Meta, that's Facebook, and Nvidia, they fell. Meta fell 2.5%. Nvidia fell 6.4%. I got stock in Apple and Nvidia, and so there's definitely something we need to keep up with and what's going on with these markets. They're volatile. And, when people get scared, people start selling shares, and then it drops, the value. Also, at the same time, I don't know how low certain things might have gotten in terms of stocks. It might, you have some extra cash, it'll be a good time to get in and buy them while they're low. Just wait and see whenever they come back up, but build up a portfolio right now if you want to try and take advantage of everything dropping, the crash. But I don't think people are too surprised by it. Also, this being an election year and who the candidates are and what people feel the candidates support, that can cause people to sell shares and cause a market drop as well. Donald Trump already blamed Kamala Harris for the stock market crash. He went on about that in terms of why he feels it's her fault. I don't know if that's, and then there's no really way to prove just how he feels that it's her fault. But you know, he also did mention that it's also part of a worse than expected jobs report from July, and then not as many people were hired. And then, of course, like I say, the interest rates are still high. The Fed hasn't moved on those, so all of that hit the market yesterday. And he said, Trump also said the stock markets are crashing. Kamala doesn't have a clue, and Biden is asleep. And yeah, the job report that came out that also caused stocks to fall as well. So all of this, it's like a whole snowball effect. So yeah, it's been crazy. And then Trump is saying if he gets in, uh, and that'll drive the market back up if he gets in. But he feels the investors are more comfortable with him, and he says that a vote for him will help the stock market. I don't know how true that is, but that's just Trump being Trump and putting some things in perspective about the cause of the crash and what can be done to fix it. So yeah, it's a lot. And so, like I said, regardless of what Trump is saying or who wins in November, save your money, keep an eye on your stocks, an eye on your crypto, keep an eye on your 401k retirement fund, any annuities, anything where you got cash sitting, any certificates of deposit. Keep an eye on those. Things are going up and down right now. People are definitely afraid of losing their money. Have a financial conversation with your household if you live with other people, and just may have to cut some corners on some things just so you have enough cash flow. I'm definitely not one to spend a lot of money. I try and save more than I spend, loading. You know, I pay attention to things like this when it comes to markets and what's going on with the money. So I make sure that I'm not in a place of struggle. Definitely don't want to go through that. It's just me. So it's not a household, but still, I'm definitely making sure that I hold on to what I have. Try and have some type of financial literacy, as everyone should. And whatever you don't know, you come on YouTube, come on the internet, do some research to find out what you should be doing with your money, what works best for you. So that's definitely, you know, keep that in mind, take that into consideration. This can also be a good teachable moment if you have children in your household or what's going on, show them the stocks, the market, and say, hey, this is what can cause it. And these are the reasons it's down. So you can definitely use it for some education. It's good to start kids off early talking about Wall Street, investing, any money that you're investing for your kids. You may have a college plan that you socking away money for them. So, also letting them know exactly this is what this is for, and, teaching them how money can grow. So definitely use this as a teachable moment as well with this whole stock situation. So yeah, it's crazy out here, and because when I logged in to E Trade and saw all of that in the red, I was like, wow, I've never seen them all just down, all at one time. Only Pfizer being the one that's actually up, everything else down. Then I read the information here and I say, oh, okay, that's what's affected. And everyone else's brokerage account definitely took a hit. But like I said, don't sell all of your stocks, if any. Hold on to them. Uh, don't make any crazy decisions. Trying to take things all out at once. Hold tight, and we'll see where it goes. It might get worse before it gets better. I can definitely believe that. But yeah, save, and keep your eye on the news, all the information, the financial reporting, just so you know what direction you want to go into. For anyone who got stocks and investments, things like that, whoever's listening. And so let me know what you guys think in the comments about what's going on, with these stocks as well. If you got any, did you take a hit? Who do you use? I use E-Trade, which now Morgan Stanley has taken over. They're really good. If you're using Robinhood, Fidelity, whatever you use to invest, let me know in the comments how your stocks are doing, what's up, what's down. Are you afraid of what may be coming next? You know, Definitely put that down in the comments. It's a good way to share the information. If anybody might have any tips on better stocks to invest in to help get through whatever's coming next with the economy. It's all one big question mark at this point. Um, Definitely put it down in the comments for the other viewers, and we just help each other out, point each other, in the right direction in terms of what's coming next. Because it's we don't want to get caught out here and then the money is just, falling down, and you don't have money to pay for things. You got to be smart at this time. So, like, share, and subscribe, and let everybody else know. Uh, Keep your eye on this stock market. It's up and down. And until next time, I'm out.